So, let's dive into a pretty bold claim, one made famous by Napoleon Hill. Can you actually change your entire life in just 21 days? It's a huge idea, right? And it all starts with mastering the most powerful tool you have, your own mind. Yeah, let's just put the big question right out there. Can you genuinely reshape your entire life in just 3 weeks? I know, it sounds a little out there, but the thinking behind it is actually rooted in psychology and, well, the habits of some of the most successful people who've ever lived. Let's break down how it's supposed to work.
All right, so here's our roadmap. We've got 5 key parts. First, we'll look at your mind. Then, we'll get into that 21-day rule. After that, we'll talk about goals, how to program your subconscious, and finally, we'll wrap it all up with a simple action plan.
First things first, let's talk about your mind. Seriously, is it your best friend or your worst enemy? Because according to this philosophy, absolutely everything you are and everything you'll ever be starts with the thoughts you choose to think. This right here, this is the heart of the whole system. And it's so much more than just a nice motivational quote. It's presented as a fundamental law, almost like gravity. The idea is, if you can picture something vividly in your mind and truly, deeply believe it's possible, you kickstart the process of making it real. I absolutely love this analogy. Think of your mind as this rich, fertile garden. It doesn't judge. It'll grow whatever seeds you plant. So you can't plant seeds of doubt and fear and worry and then expect to harvest a life of joy and success. It just doesn't work that way. What you get is a direct reflection of what you've been planting. And this just lays it out so clearly. Look at the left side. That's the mental poison, the weeds. I can't, it's too hard. But then look at the right. Those are the seeds of success. Saying things like, I am capable or I can do this, aren't just empty phrases. They are direct commands you're giving to your subconscious mind, which then gets to work to make them true. And look, this isn't just some abstract theory. Take Thomas Edison. He didn't see 10,000 failures. He saw 10,000 steps in a process. His mind was so completely locked onto the idea of a working light bulb that the thought of giving up wasn't even an option. That kind of unwavering belief is literally what lit up the modern world.
Okay, so we've got the mindset piece. Now let's get into the mechanics of this whole thing. The 21-day habit rule. This is where we get into the how-to of building a new you. So what is the deal with 21 days? Why that number? Well, the idea was made popular by a plastic surgeon of all people, Dr. Maxwell Maltz, back in the 60s. He noticed that it took his patients about 21 days to get used to their new face. And from that, he figured that 21 days is the minimum time it takes for our subconscious mind to really accept a new mental image or a new habit.
Think about it like you're carving a path through a dense forest. On day 1, it's tough going. You're pushing through resistance with every step. After a week, you've trampled the path down a bit. It's a beaten track. By day 14, it's more like a dirt road, much easier to walk. But after 21 straight days of walking that same path, it becomes a paved highway. You don't even have to think about it anymore. It's automatic. And that's when a new habit is truly born. Now this is so important. A total game changer. Just trying to stop doing something bad rarely works because your brain hates a vacuum. The most powerful strategy is to replace the bad habit with a good one. You want to stop mindlessly scrolling on your phone before bed? Don't just stop. Replace it with reading 1 chapter of a book. Do that for 21 days and see what happens.
So you're all fired up, you're ready to build a new habit. Fantastic. But to do what? Where are you going? This brings us to part 3, why your habits absolutely need a destination.
I mean, this analogy is just perfect, isn't it? You can have the most powerful engine in the world. That's your habits, your willpower. But if you don't have a rudder, a clear goal, you're just going to drift around aimlessly. A goal gives your habits purpose. It gives them direction. So how do you actually set a goal that works? Well, here's the blueprint. Don't just say, I want to be successful. Get specific. I will have X amount of money in my bank account by this specific date. Writing it down makes it tangible. And reading it out loud every morning and every night, that's how you program it into your subconscious, turning a vague wish into a concrete plan. All right, now we're getting into the advanced stuff. Once you have your habits and you've set your goals, how do you really lock them in? How do you make success feel, well, almost inevitable? Okay, you've got your goal. Now what? How do you get the skills to actually pull it off? And this is a huge point. You need specialized knowledge. General knowledge is great for trivia night, but specialized knowledge is what solves problems and creates value. Just think about Henry Ford. He wasn't the world's best engineer. His specialized knowledge was in organizing the brilliant engineers who could build the car. And if specialized knowledge is the what, then self-suggestion is the how.
It's the fuel that drives that knowledge deep into your subconscious. See, your conscious mind might argue with you, but your subconscious, it doesn't really debate. It just accepts what you tell it, over and over again, especially when you say it with real feeling. When you state your goals as if they've already happened, you are literally programming your mind to find a way.
Okay, let's put all the pieces together. We've covered mindset, habits, goals, and these powerful programming tools. Now let's turn it all into a simple plan you can start today.
And here it is, your 21-day challenge in 4 simple steps. Number 1, control your thoughts. Be the guard at the gate of your mind. 2, pick just one important habit to focus on. Don't try to do everything at once. 3, write down your goal. Make it crystal clear. And 4, read that goal out loud with passion every morning and every night. That's the whole system right there.
So, as we wrap this up, there's really only one question left that matters. What's the one habit, the single habit, that if you started it today, and you actually stuck with it for 21 days straight, would have the biggest possible impact on your life? Really think about that. And then, go start.